Minecraft's Nether dimension was last updated in June 2020. That's almost 6 years ago. So today I'm gonna try to make a brand new Nether update by adding a new deadly monster with custom AI, custom mechanics, and a new powerful weapon. And to make it even harder, I'm only giving myself exactly 10 days to do it. So since I have so little time to work with, I better get started. Recently, I've been seeing this guy everywhere.
Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah, that guy. In case you've been living under a rock, he's a super famous actor and just had a new movie released. All of this publicity remind me of one of his other popular movies, Dune. In Dune, there are these massive sandworm monsters that arise from underneath the desert in response to rhythmic vibrations in the sand. As, every normal person does, I started thinking, what if these things were in Minecraft? So with that, my Nether update idea started coming to life. Okay, hear me out. What if instead of having the sandworms in the desert, we move them to another place that has sand? The Nether. In the Nether, soul sand valleys are perfect for this because, well, 1, they have sand.
Oh my god.
2, the soul sand blocks slow down players' movement speed, which will make it even harder to escape. And 3, the Nether doesn't have a terrifying monster like the overworld does with the Warden or the End does with the Ender Dragon. I mean, for a place that literally represents hell, you would think that there would be scarier creatures here. Like, is this jumping cube really the best that we could do? So on day 1, with the basic idea for the mod down, I started with first making the 3D model for the sandworm entity, which we'll be calling the Soul Sandworm. And I initially struggled just a little bit. Bro, this looks so bad. This looks like a fucking tire. You can see here that I'm making one small model for one section of the worm's body and one small model for the worm's head. This is because the actual sandworm will be made up of all these smaller parts connected together in a chain. Eventually I got the models done, and after somehow forgetting how to get the sandworm entity into Minecraft for a whole hour, I finally got it working, and it was already looking pretty terrifying. What? Why is it so small? So that was it for day 1. On day 2, I started by checking out how the Ender Dragon works. Most entities in Minecraft have only one hitbox, but the Ender Dragon is a bit different because it has both a main hitbox for the entire dragon and also individual hitboxes for all of his parts. To get the free rotation and curving movement I want, my sandworm is going to have to work in a similar way. After learning from the Ender Dragon's code, I got all the parts to spawn together in a chain, with there being a random number of parts each time. And slowly the movement was also starting to come together. On day 3, I expanded the models and got them all pointed in the direction that they're moving. Whoa, this looks so cool. It looks like liquidy. I don't really know how to explain it. Then on day 4, I got a lot of stuff done, but it was off to a pretty weird start when this happened. Honestly, I have no idea what's going on right now. After fixing that issue, I realized something was off with the movement. Look at how the parts are moving. They're not moving together, but instead they're moving like a chain of dominoes, one after the other. To fix this, I made it so that every part predicts where the part in front of it is moving to and moves toward that point. This removed the delay and made the movement look way smoother. Then I made some small fixes, like making it stop drowning, and also making it able to go through blocks, since it's a worm. And finally, I started experimenting with smooth circular movement using wave functions.
Huh?
What the fuck?
Wait, no, where are you going? Obviously, it wasn't off to the best start, but you know what did have a great start? Day 5. Oh my god, this thing looks so cool. Wait, this is like an optical illusion. Next, I gave each part its own rotational spin, and I was admiring it until I got rudely interrupted.
Hi, how are you?
Later, a few strange things happened. What is going on? but eventually I got the movement to a point where I was really happy with it. So finally, I decided to make the sandworm way bigger and then called it a day. The first thing I did on day 6 was work on the spawning for the sandworm. When you break soul sand for the second time in a soul sand valley biome, the sandworm spawns in a random location nearby and starts going directly at you. This way, it's like the sandworm is the guardian of the biome, and I think it makes the biome much more terrifying. And that was all I did this day. On day 7, I finally got around to doing something that I had been procrastinating this entire time. No, not touching grass, that's what I did the previous day. Texturing the model. I made this color palette and then got to work. I wanted the model to fit in with the style of the soul sand blocks, so that's why I'm using colors that look like actual shit. After finishing the body texture, I moved on to the head. Yo, this thing looks demonic. Now the sandworm looks way scarier, but the movement is still very simple and predictable. So I worked on giving it a new ability called the charge. Now, instead of it always moving in these waves, there's a random chance of it charging straight at you. So that right there is a charge. And then afterwards, it takes a second to basically regenerate its stamina before locking back onto you and following you again. And with that, the movement was done. There's still a few things missing though. One of them is sound, and also particles. So that's what I started doing on day 8. After testing out a bunch of different sounds, I found this boom sound effect, which I thought was perfect for when the sandworm breaks out of the ground. So I turned it into an audio file, put it into the mod, and I think it sounds pretty good. But who knows, maybe I'll get cooked again. I also wanted there to be a sound to signal the sandworm's charge ability, so you actually have a warning and don't get crushed out of nowhere. So I took this sound directly from the Dune movie and added it to the mod. Finally, I added some block break particles and smoke particles for when the sandworm collides with blocks and lava, and also a small explosion sound effect for when you're close to the sandworm.
The next day.
On day 9, I added the sound and these particles when you break soul sand for the first time, and for its death sound, I didn't really know what to use since big sandworms never really die in the movie, so I ended up using the donkey's death sound.
What?
Okay, hear me out. It does kind of sound similar to the sandworm's roar, doesn't it? And speaking of sandworms dying, you might be thinking, how do you actually kill it? Well, I never directly showed how so far, but if you've been paying close attention, you may have noticed one specific item in my inventory throughout this entire video. A bed. So how would a bed actually kill anything? Oh, that's how. In the Nether, beds are basically instant explosives. And in Dune, sandworms are killed by water, electrical shock, or powerful atomic bombs. And beds are close enough to being bombs. So to kill the sandworm, you have to perfectly time an explosion to land on the worm's main entity, which is located in the middle of its head. But this is extremely risky because if you miss it, you'll end up getting eaten and killed instantly. To wrap up the day, I made this texture for a sandworm tooth item, which drops if you kill the sandworm. The sandworm tooth is important for crafting a crysknife, which is what I added on day 10, the final day. I first made this 2D texture for it, then created a custom 3D model for it, created the texture for the model, and then made sure it looked right in-game. A crysknife is a sacred weapon that's made from the sharpened tooth of a dead sandworm, so that's why I made its crafting recipe 1 stick, 1 netherite ingot, and 1 sandworm tooth. With this, you'll craft a sword that is more powerful than the current strongest sword, a netherite sword. And like netherite, a crysknife also is immune to being burnt. Finally, with not much time left, I added a spawn egg for the sandworm, some configuration options, and created the icon image for the mod. And with that, day 10 had ended, but there was still one thing left to do. Try to defeat the sandworm in survival mode. It's time for me to try to take on this sandworm. And obviously I created this mod, so I know what to expect, but I'm still scared. There's just something so terrifying about the sandworm creatures. I started by scouting out a location for the fight and spawning in gear to prepare myself. Definitely gonna need crystals. Gonna need obsidian. Beds are gonna be super important here. Where are beds? Why am I looking at combat items for beds? I'll build a nether portal over here and then set my spawn point like right next to this portal. Yeah, respawn point here. It's time to go and see how I do. I think I'm about as prepared as anyone will ever be because I have, first of all, I created the mod, and second, I have like all the explosives in the world. Will that be enough? I guess we'll find out. Here goes nothing. There's the first one. And here's the second one. Okay, I think it's coming from this direction. Yeah, it is. I'm gonna prepare right here to hopefully kill it. Oh my, underground is not good.
Are you serious right now, bro?
Okay. Well then. So that's one death already. We're off to a flying start here. And I just blew myself up. Okay. Oh my god, no, no, no. Get me out of here. Oh my god. Where's this guy at? Where is he? Oh, he is right there. Okay. Okay, wait, did I kill him? I think I killed him, but I died at the same time. Did the tooth drop anywhere? Because I know I killed it. Oh, right here. Okay. Even though I had killed the sandworm, I felt like it didn't really count as a win since I died at the same time. So I decided to keep going. And then we should hopefully hear it. Oh my. No way. Oh my god. Oh my. Oh my god. Holy, how did I not die? Oh my. Let's go this way. If I killed it, then it had to have dropped the tooth. I'm not seeing it though. Oh, I did not kill it. I did not kill it. Oh my god.
One eternity later.
Oh my gosh. How many deaths was that? Holy. But finally. Finally. I actually got a tooth without dying. I have nothing left, but at least I have this. And with that, the challenge was over. Like and subscribe if you want.